I want to be very, so this is Nancy Joe. It is October 11th, and I'm excited that you guys are with me. There's, let's see, there should be a few more joining us, but we'll let them join as they come. I want to do some recognition. Tina, you had $4,636 in sales. And so congratulations on that. Great job. Woo-hoo. And let's see. We have Amy here. Let's see. Leanne had $1,251 in sales. Great job, Leanne.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Amy, let me see here. I'm on the wrong list here, of course. Here's Amy. Amy had $7,158 in sales. Awesome! Awesome! That is phenomenal. That's from 8 shows. And you had a new recruit. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And then we have Glenna. Let's see what Glenna did. Glenna did $4,434 and a new recruit. Congratulations, Glenna.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I only see an orange screen. Do you have a pretty face to go with that screen? Can you put your computer down? Or there's Bonnie. Let's see. Bonnie's up. Let me see where Bonnie is here. Here's Bonnie. $5,052 in sales. Congratulations, Bonnie. Great job. You're welcome. Absolutely. Great job, ladies. This is harvest time. And I really feel like anything we want to change, we can change right now because of this. And how many of you are reading the book that I've encouraged you to read, 15 Laws of Invaluable, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth? Anybody get it yet? Nope. Anybody? All right. You guys download this book. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It is a really, really easy read. And I'm not going to go into then the first chapter because that would be boring since you know what I'm talking about. But it's the titles of this book is The Law of Intentionality, The Law of Awareness. The Law of Intentionality is growth just doesn't happen. Growth doesn't just happen, The Law of Awareness, you must know yourself to grow yourself. The Law of the Mirror, you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. The Law of Reflection, learning to pause allows growth to catch up with you. The Law of Consistency, hi Sharon, how are you? Motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you growing. Can I say that again? The Law of Consistency. Motivation gets you going. Discipline keeps you growing. I love that. The Law of Environment. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. Okay. Do you have a place to work? Is it conducive to, conductive. It's conducive surroundings. I just realized what I said. Number 7 is the Law of Design. To maximize growth, develop strategies. We've been hearing a lot about strategies. I'm not going to go into the other ones because I've given you more than enough. But if you read 10 pages a day, you're going to be through this book in 1 month, okay? 10 pages a day. You guys, 10 pages is nothing. And don't read it before you go to sleep because the last 10 minutes of whatever you do before you go to sleep, you don't remember. Your brain washes it clean. So I just want to encourage you to make sure that you read, that you grow, that you're doing something that's engaging your brain and helping you grow. Sharon, $3,218 in sales. Congratulations. Great job. I really appreciate all the hard work you guys are putting in. One of the things that they talk about in the very first chapter is gaps that we have in our lives that like the first one is the assumption gap. I assume that I will automatically grow. Can anybody relate to that? Or does anybody believe that?
No.
No. All right. So what are some things, strategy for bridging that gap? What are some things that we can do to ensure we grow?
Reading.
Good.
Kind of books that you just suggested. I've been with my daughter the past 5 days. She was evacuated from Hilton Head, so we met her in North Carolina. So that's why I'm a little behind. Sorry.
No, that's no problem at all. You're not alone. It's a busy time of year. Is she okay? Was her house okay?
Yeah.
Everything good?
She's still safe. She's not back yet, but she's still safe. So
good. I'm glad to hear that. It's all gone now, isn't it, Matthew?
Yes.
It's dissipated, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just major cleanup.
Yeah, right. And Hilton Head usually doesn't get it, doesn't it? For some reason, it goes around it or something.
Yeah, they said this like the first time in like 100 years.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because we have friends that had a beautiful property there, and they said one of the reasons they chose there is because it almost never gets hit by hurricanes. Yeah, Matthew was a weird one. It was just a weird one. And the fact that it went around and came back around, I mean, it was like, woo,
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I'm glad she's okay. Let's see, who just joined us? Naomi, how are you, sweetheart? We missed you at the meeting today. How are you doing? Naomi?
I'm finally here.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Well, just fine. So glad I could get in. I'm sorry I clicked the wrong thing here. That is all my bad. I'm glad to join you.
No problem. $1,767 in sales. Great job, Naomi. Yeah. Great job. So I just want to say congratulations. Okay, so what are some other things that we can do to bridge that gap to not make the assumption that we're going to automatically grow?
I'd say tracking.
Tracking. So explain that. What do you mean by tracking?
Whatever method works for you, but tracking what your goals are for the season, for the year, for the trip, whatever you're working towards, just breaking it down into manageable goals and tracking it.
Good. So if you know you want to do 80,000 in a year in sales, you know you have to do so much per month, so much per week, which breaks down to so many shows, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that really, really makes a difference when you can break down any goal. I love numbers. It's one of my passions. Always has been. I worked my aunt's calculator in her office when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And I knew from the age of 12 that I wanted to be in the accounting field. I wanted to work with numbers. It was a good thing because I can't type with the darn, okay? So, true confessions. But anyway, I can run a mean calculator. And most importantly, I can, hold on one second here. Get these off the screen. Most importantly is I can manage numbers. I understand numbers. I can look at a trend of numbers tracking and see what I need to work on. One of the things that Pampered Chef gave us was a lot of information from the executive meeting, and I thought it was really, really interesting. They gave us a sheet, called a score sheet, on our group, okay, and how our organizations do as a whole. And one of the things, that I thought was really interesting is how many orders do you think would people average on an actual cooking show or virtual show, or not a catalog show but an actual cooking show? What would you think?
12.
12. Okay.
9.
I'm thinking 12 or 13.
12 or 13. Okay.
Including outside orders?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd say probably 15.
15.
20.
And that's why you guys are the superstars. Glenna, how about you? What did you think?
I said 20.
20. Wow. Okay. Believe it or not, between January and July, so it's not our big selling season, but my organization, the average shows, guests at a show is 7.6.
Oh.
Not so good, huh?
Mm-mm.
What do you think that relates to?
Coaching.
Totally. Absolutely. Totally. Guests per show, bookings per show, recruit leads per show, sales per show is all about host coaching. So if you look at your people's numbers, okay, like my personal number is 13.6. But I won't do a show without host coaching well, because you know what? To me, if I'm going out, I'm going out to do a show, and I want that host to be super, super happy. All right. And, I do send out invitations, or I have a service that does. I just feel like when I did that, I didn't do it for 2 whole years. I saw Patty Moserino's group explode. When I did it, my party average went up $300. Okay.
Wow.
So that $300 times 25% is how much? That's $75 more I'm making in an evening. Now, if I pay $20 for postage for 40 invitations and $10 for the service, do you think it's worth it? I'm still ahead by $45. You guys, I'm ahead by $45 than when I didn't use that service, or didn't send out the invitations. Highly recommend. If you don't have the time to do it, give it away. All right, let one of the services do it. But another thing that we also came back with is for Pampered Chef, 12 orders is $1,000 show. That is what things are averaging out to be. Right? Isn't that interesting? 12 orders is $1,000 show. So we need to coach to have 15 live guests. And I know you guys are all superstars and you're doing this, but I want you to bring this back to your teams. It's very simple about the money, okay? And let's see, what are some other information that's really great? Recruiting is way up, you guys. Recruiting is way up. So if you're not recruiting, someone else is. Mm-hmm. I just want to say that, okay? People are out there jumping in the boat. And I know this from personal experience. I know you guys have heard that I recruited 6 in 2.5 weeks, but I'm astonished by that. It wasn't me, you guys, all right? I did ask the Lord to rain down recruits, so pray that, okay? First and foremost, okay? But secondly, you have to really be positive about what you're doing and let people know the kind of numbers that you're earning. When you go out to do a show, not a show, a party or a cooking class, I gotta stop calling it a show. A show, they said a show is something you watch. When you go to the show, you sit there and you watch the big screen. A show is something, right? You watch it. You don't partake in it. A party is something you're active in, and so is a cooking class. So that's what we need to teach people how to talk about hosting an event, all right? So the company average has gone up to $5.99 cents. So I'm going to just be frivolous and round it up to $600 a night. Now, I want you, going way out there, guys. But no, seriously, think about that. Just a year and a half ago, or a year ago, it was $450. Mm-hmm. People are coming, spending more, and people are very engaged when you have a show, okay? When you host a show. Now, the next thing I just want to ask about is how many of you are doing virtual shows?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Not yet.
Not yet. Sharon, you doing
No,
virtual?
not really. I mean, I do Facebook shows, but I haven't done like the 45 to an hour long virtual show. No.
Well, I actually, when I'm talking about a virtual show, I'm talking about a week-long show where you post
Oh, I do those all the time. Yeah.
You do those all the time. Okay. All right. So tell me how that's, how is that impacting your business? Do you think you're,
I wish I could. Well, okay, here's back to what she said about tracking, and I have not truly tracked. But it just seems kind of hit and miss.
Okay.
It always does better if I do really good host coaching and get the host active in it.
that's the one thing that people are super successful with
Right.
the virtual shows. They said if the host isn't an active player,
Mm-hmm.
it bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're finding that as well?
Right. And it helps to, when I do postings, I try to make it an interactive. I always ask a question, getting them to reply or respond in some way. And oftentimes with that, I know that there are games out there where they get a ticket for every comment, for every like, I don't have time to track all that. And so I do little small posts, and if they respond on that one, then we'll do a prize or something like that. But asking questions, getting them to interact, and also inviting them to share with their friends, share the link even on their wall, to help the host out.
Okay.
Especially if we get down to the end and she's really close to her goal. I'll said, can you share this with any of your friends to help your host reach her goal?
Good. Good. And are you finding that you're getting future bookings or future Facebook virtual shows? Are you getting live shows? What is your experience?
Kind of a mix, but I don't get near the bookings from just a virtual show as I do at a cooking show.
Okay. So are people booking at your cooking? Are they booking Facebook events at your cooking show?
Occasionally. I mean, if they say they're going to do a catalog show, instead of a cooking show, I immediately say, do you do Facebook? And then it becomes a catalog online Facebook show. So
Okay.
we work it.
Perfect. Good. What is some of the other experiences? I know, Tina, you were one of the first ones to jump in. Do you still do them, or?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I haven't been recently. I've been in the direct ship pilot, so there were some hiccups kind of ironing out the new details with that. So I've kind of taken a break for a while, but I would say that I've had similar experiences as Sharon, where it's kind of hit and miss. Again, just like with any show, the better your host coaching is, the more successful it is. I've put together a virtual survey slip through SurveyMonkey, and by sending that out, I give extra tickets to a drawing at the end of the show for filling that out, and that's how I've gotten live shows and multiple bookings and even recruit leads from throwing that in. Okay. Otherwise, it was really hit or miss because everything gets kind of chaotic there at the end. So by having them fill that out, there was just a box for them to check if they were interested in hosting, and then obviously the different options for hosting, if they would like more information on, the income opportunity, things like that. Just the same stuff that's on a regular drawing slip, that I turned into a virtual free survey that I can send out and read the feedback on.
Okay. One of the things that Connie Williams shared with me is that Donna McDonald organized groups of 10 that were doing the virtual shows, groups of 10, and each person committed to creating 5 posts for that month. And then all 10 of those people used those 50 posts, okay? But it wasn't so many people that you got thrown into Facebook jail. If anybody wants to be involved with that, email me, okay? And this call is going to be, sent to all the directors. But really, only say yes, you want to do it if you really are committed to being an active member of one of the 10, because I think that's a brilliant way to share things, share the work. And I know I'm starting to do them myself. I haven't done them true confessions. But they said that Post My Party, does anybody use Post My Party with these? Okay. Supposedly Post My Party allows you to save your different parties that you do, okay, or the different Facebook events that you do. So you only have to put it in once and then change the names and the dates, okay? So Becky Adams did a Facebook, how to start doing virtual shows event, and I do have that in an Evernote clip if anybody wants that. But one of the things that she said really made all the difference in the world for her was Post My Party. Now, her and Charlotte Nagai, Becky Adams and Charlotte Nagai, both became executive directors, one in 23 months, one in 24 months, doing only Facebook virtual shows. Now, I do have to tell you, both of them are doing live cooking shows right now this fall, okay? So I'm not exactly sure why that is, or if they I don't think they run into a wall, but I think that they want to be well-rounded, okay? Because Charlotte, we were in the bathroom at Pampered Chef at the lead program, and she was so funny because she said, yeah, I'll teach you how to do Facebook shows if you teach me how to do live shows. And so, you know what? It is good to be able to be well-versed and be able to do all things, okay? Do I think that's where we're going and heading? Absolutely not, because the company has also given us, they've done surveys to our guests and our hosts, sent out well over 1 million surveys. They've gotten 168,000 of them back. And some things that they have found out is people love the tips and ideas that we're giving at a live cooking show. They don't want to just go to a station-style show that the consultant isn't super active in, okay? I know that many of you have seen my show. It's on PCTeamTraining.com. The password is Sweet16. I've got my show on there, and it shows how I interact. I say I'm large margin in charge, okay? And I'm right in the center of my island, and everybody is around there. And what I'm doing is I'm the recipe reader, and I'm giving instructions and maybe showing a little bit of how to work something, but everyone else there is actually doing the cooking like a station style, but you're very involved and everyone is hearing the tips and ideas. Personally, when I just did a straight station style, I saw my sales, my recruiting, and my bookings go down. Okay, so I said, well, this certainly isn't working for me, all right? But I do know people like to get their hands on the products, and so that's when I started doing this other way. It's kind of a meld between a classic show and a hands-on show. Another thing that I'm doing is I've got 6 to 8 cutting mats, the flexible cutting mats around where we're sitting, and I've got a set of gloves at each mat. So not everybody has to walk up and do something if they don't want to. I tell people, whoever would like to cook, work the products tonight, step up to a mat and put on the gloves. Now, the people who want to just sit back and drink their wine are more than welcome to do that. There's no stress here. And some people are going from one mat to the next because I didn't have enough interaction. But I'm telling you, most people really love it, and they said, oh, this is really fun. And what's really cool is you can see who your next recruits might be, or your next parties might be, because you can see who really, really loves the products, The other thing that Pampered Chef found out is they don't like the long checkouts. So you want to be really careful with how many questions and how much time you're spending with each person. Try to get their name and email, at the very least, into your program so that when you're checking out, it's really easy to just put their products in and, ask them how they're doing and interact with them so that, I'm sorry, these lights are just terrible. Interact with them so that they're feeling like they're the only ones you're asking that question to. Does that make sense? Whatever it may be. I personally choose 3 people in the show, the most excited person, about our products, the person that everybody's buzzing around, the most popular person in the room, and then I try to be an eavesdropper and hear who needs money. And if I don't get to have a personal conversation with that person, I call them over the next 48 hours and say, you know, Sharon, I couldn't help but give you a call to say thank you for those manual food processors that you sold. Do you know that I sold 4 of them that night, and I have to give you credit because you sharing all that you do with yours at home sold everyone else. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. And of course, they say, yeah, that's great. and then I'll say, you know, Sharon, I've been doing this a while, and I can usually pick people out that would do really well with this. Now, if you've only been doing this 6 months, you can say something else. But I let people know I'm usually pretty good at picking out people that will do well at this, and I would love to work with you because. And I don't even take a breath, and I say it. And of course, their first answer is going to be, oh, no, I could never do this, you know, or I could never do what you do. And just say, oh, I'm sorry, you can't read? Okay. Because really, that's what I did that night. I read the recipe and gave some instructions. And I don't know about you, but, you know, when I was sharing that, you know, I earn on average $200 to $210 a night, I saw your eyes light up. And that might be something. And I'll say, do you think you could find 4 hours a week to run a business and earn $600 to $700 in a month, $800? Would that impact your budget? And I don't care who you are, unless you're a multimillionaire, everybody could use some more money, okay? Even if it's just to put it away for the future, send it to the future, is like I would say. And I don't, of course, I don't get everyone, but I have recruited 10 people this year so far. And I don't do that many shows anymore. So you guys are connecting with people, you're seeing people, and I guarantee you there's people at your shows and on your Facebook groups that need some extra income, need a night out, maybe they just need some adult time, you know? I mean, that was one of the things that drove me early on. I had Richie as a little one, and let me tell you, there were times where I would just go sit in a coffee shop and have a cup of coffee. And I knew I shouldn't be drinking coffee after 4 o'clock, but I needed to get away. Okay, true confession. But I told him he gets me when I'm old. I said, you get me when I'm old. It's, you know, it's just the way it is, because you were not a good boy. Anyway, I'm doing just fine today, but he gave me a run for my money. So anyway, so they don't like long checkouts. They love the tips and ideas. They don't like it when the consultant doesn't say anything. When it's an express show, when they have the food already made, they like seeing food being creative. So I think that was really important for them to find out and share with us. I think it's really important that the average show is $600 with 6 to 7 people at it. Okay. Now, you know, that speaks such volume to me. And so there are 12 people at a show. That's why it's $1,000 show on average. Julie Gizzy said that can't be. She didn't believe that 12 people were really equivalent to $1,000 show. And she went through, and I want to say it was the summer too. So you know that summer sales are never what fall sales are. But she went through and she checked person after person after person that had $1,000 show. And it was 12 to 13 people at each one of those shows. And she was blown away without exception across the board. Okay. So we need to host coach to that $1,000 show and also not to guest specials. I don't even talk about the guest special until I'm closing the show. Or, you know, I'm telling her, oh no, by the way, you also get this.
Really?
Absolutely not. They can get any product that we carry for free or half price any day of the year. 10% more doesn't mean anything. In the grand scheme of things, it's more important for you to fill the dates on your calendar and to find a date that works for both of you than to talk about a special. The only time it's really extraordinary is January and July when you get double host benefits. All right, those are the times where now, yeah, I can't give you double host benefits other months of the year. But technically, 60% off, it's only 10% away. You know, people go, oh my gosh, we can get the Tribal Bowl at 60% off. And I go, oh my gosh, you can get that for free any day of the year. So, I mean, think about it, you guys. You have a $1,000 show. You can get the deep covered baker. You can get the rock crack. You can get all kinds of things for free with the $1,000 show. So when you're talking and working with your host, in fact, we've all said that other than, no, it's not even that. We think that the 60% off is something that it's a throw on top of. I don't think none of us at the national level feel it drives business. If anything, we feel people push things off and have business later in a different month than this month. And then so that turns away future business. It pushes it forward. Okay, does that make sense? Because the more shows you have now, the more money you make now, the more people you see, the more people you get on your team, and it's a wonderful circle. But if you're pushing business to the future, it's a delayed action and reaction to your paycheck. Okay, so teach your people not to talk about what's on special for the host bonus, to tell them to talk about the host program, period. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what, and then they'll have business every day of the year, not just when there's super duper host specials. Okay.
Right.
10% is nothing. You can give them an extra 10% off by hosting this month instead of next. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I feel like the only time it really makes a difference is when the cookware sets are on the host special.
Okay. So it's
because the 10% can be a chunk, but I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and quite honestly, a lot of people when they go for the cookware, they'll take the $215 off of one of the sets and get the other set for half price. It still comes out to more than 60% off of the whole thing. So I understand what you're saying, Leanne, but I don't think it's compelling enough to teach people to coach to the specials instead of coach to the host program.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I will offer to make it up to a host. Okay, I'll give you, you want this one thing that's on special next month, I'll pay the extra $5 so you can have it on special this month. Well,
here's what I also do is I let them know that they're going to be able to get for every show, they're going to get another half price item. And I encourage them to save their big items for their friend's show. Here's why. That sale counts for the friend. So if they're going to buy the $425 set of cookware for half price, get it at your friend's show because $200 in sales is going to go towards her commissionable sales. I mean, her guest sales. You don't make money on it either way. All right. But I tell her, and then you can spread it out. And then they also make sure their friend hosts their show.
Yeah.
They said, oh my gosh, I was going to get cookware at your show. You have to host.
Right.
You have to host. But have them save the knife block set, a cookware set, and don't tell Paper Chef I'm saying this, but trust me. But no, think about that. That goes towards their sales.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they hit the 200 in sales and they have another sale for, $125, now they got $325 in sales. And then they can spread out paying that and get everything that they want over a couple of months' time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I coach them that, oh my gosh, when your friend hosts the show, you're going to be able to choose a half price item and save one of your big ones so you can pay for that next month. And she's going to get credit. And I let them know. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't get paid on it either way. It's just better for your friend. And for you because you get to spread it out. Okay. So, you know, again, 10% difference, it's just not compelling enough to make a difference to delay sales for your business. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So coach your people that way. Now, you guys are all superstars. You don't necessarily need more coaching on how to get bookings, but your people do. So I encourage you to make it fun and to do some booking blitzes over the next couple weeks with your team, where you get on the phone, give them some ideas, and then have them call for the next 30 minutes, and then get back on the phone and let's add up what we did, what we got, okay, together. And you guys do it with them, okay? Do it with them. And they get points for making the call. They get points for someone answering. They get points for, you know, having the conversation. You guys know how to do it. It's all there. Speaking of all the things that are there, how many of you are using the party packs? Anybody? It's okay, Sharon. I didn't look at them until...
I've looked at it, but I've not truly used it yet.
Okay. You know what? Tomorrow up on Facebook is going to be a little article that Barb wrote about party packs and just some technical stuff. If you have a technical question, if you have ideas for future party packs, what is a party pack? Should I use it? Where can I find it? All the different ones that they offer. How do I download a party pack? On a PC, on a Mac, on a mobile device? What's a zip file? Because, you know, we don't know what these words are sometimes. What's included in party packs? How to use this party pack PDF. You do not want to print this all out. They're very, very image heavy.
They are big, yeah.
They're very image heavy, but you can certainly take an iPad or a computer screen to a show and say, oh my gosh, look at all that we have to offer, and scroll. Okay? We will make it really, really easy, but really it's super easy on you. It's super easy on you. So I highly recommend you guys digging in. Pampered Chef told us that only 28%, I think was the number, of people have even gone in and opened them. They can tell who's opened them and who hasn't. They said only 28%. They said we are putting so much resources and team members towards developing this. Get your teams. And I hadn't gone there, guys. True confessions. I hadn't gone there, but I have now. They're really awesome. They're really, really awesome. So I recommend it. Pardon me?
I've got 4 of them downloaded. I just haven't used them yet.
Well, and you know, and the new cookie one is out there too. Okay. And by the way, don't be afraid if you need to teach your people how to add to their month by hosting a class, a cake decorating, a wine and cheese class. And Laura just showed me, we're going to put it up on the, Laura did, it's a cheese dip with crostini in our new beautiful bowl that we can put in the oven, okay? And then the chocolate part, it was wine, chocolate, and cheese. The chocolate part was a chocolate cheesecake dessert that just looked to die for. She's putting the pictures up. She's putting the recipes up tomorrow. She said it makes for a great show that's fast and easy. So just want to let you know that. The other thing is Director Bound program is redone. If you guys didn't make the call from the company, the director, I wish they would have named it a new name, but the Director Bound program is redone. And I really, everything is there. There is a leader's guide. There's a participant guide. Do not be afraid to use this with 1 or 2 of your people, okay? And hone in on, you know, a couple of people that want to grow, all right? And you guys, it's all there for you. And all the links are there, and all the language matches for the new Consultant Strong Start, the Director Bound, and the website. It's all integrated now. Beautiful. They worked really, really hard on it. I really want you guys to use it, you know. And so many times we wait for the big programs to be going. Don't wait. Say, hey, you know, like Sharon, hey, Becky, I've got a program that I want to do with you, just one-on-one. What would happen if you had a new director in the next 6 weeks? Wouldn't that be wonderful?
We've got 3 potentials if I could just get their team active, but we'll see.
Right. Well, and part of the magic of them being ready to become a director is doing the 2 shows a week themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're ready for success, you can have people, literally fall in your lap. Okay, especially at this time of the year,
Yes.
they want to make extra money, and all those people have to be as active. It's never been easier to keep your directorship and get to director and keep it if you're doing your part, if you're doing your sales, and if the average show is $600 and you're doing 8 cooking shows parties and classes, all right, it's $4,800. All you need those people to turn in is $200 each, and you're a director. And because you've got that going, all you need to keep it is you staying active. All right. So really want to encourage you to pick a couple people out, and you guys do it. Invest time in your people that deserve it. And if you don't have anybody, look for your next director and let them know that at their parties. At your parties, say, hey, I'm looking to grow my management team. If you know somebody that would love to make a great income, please talk to me. We have 6 different ways you can wear this apron and go into that flyer. Everybody knows the flyer. It's on our PC or our team, our Facebook page. So, but you guys, you got to advertise. You got to market yourselves. So what are some things that you guys are doing that you're really, that's working for you? Don't be shy. Yes, Naomi.
Well, one thing that we did, I know that Patty Moserino, got involved, and this time, we had several other people from your director group, but mainly our meeting group. Our local meeting group with Karen Hagan and I. We do a catalog mailing using a mailing service. And what was great is it cost 63 cents for the postage for each piece, and that included them providing the envelope for us to make the catalog and the holiday helper and a 1-page flyer.
Okay.
And what's great, I was working on it. We were doing like a phone blitz, like this with my team. I had 3 times set up, for us to get on the conference line together and then go do our private calls and then join back up. But I got another cooking show and a catalog show, and I've gotten probably at least $500 in orders so far, and I'm still just dipping my toe in the water for my calls. What I loved, though, was asking people. I says, here, I help some of my long distance team. They send me their Excel files, and I help put them in the mailing. One of my second-gen directors, Darcy Dietz in California, she wrote back. She already had cooking shows, new cooking shows, October 20th and 22nd, 2 more catalog shows, and that she actually qualified, made her $5,000 here for September, because someone who got the catalog put in a $156 order, and that's what got them over their $5,000. And I was like, she goes, and I haven't even started my calls yet. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that just warmed my heart. And so I think that the big thing is staying in touch with your customers. So even if you don't do a big thing like this, I think that one thing they've talked about is somebody from the home office in the communications department, like 23 years ago, 24 when I started doing this, she talked about the 6-month rule. That, email is all well and good. Lots of times they're not even opened. But she says, after 6 months of not connecting with you, people will still love their Pampered Chef products, but they lose their loyalty to you as their consultant, and they'll be, they'll run into someone and say, oh, I should have a show, I should have a party. And away they go. And so like with our catalog coming out twice a year, that's one thing that I think is important to staying in touch. So the big key is following up after you do, if you do mail, to put it in people's hands.
Mm-hmm. So it's basically,
and whether you do a mini or anything else,
Yeah, so it's costing you, what did you say, 63 cents?
that's because we had like 2,200 catalogs go out, you know. It says, but that was, so it was, you know, considering the cost, it was probably 55 cents for the bulk postage rate, you know. But it was just you know, amazing how we had you know, like 26 consultants participating, you know, and so we had a lot of things go out. I say, like Darcy mailed just 100, but already to have 2 cooking, you know, shows, 2 cooking parties, 2 catalog shows, and, you know, to have it help her make her numbers to get her commit her overrides for, you know, September. You know, she says, and I haven't even, you know, says, I just think what I can do when I want to get my phone picked up here. So I think that she actually had somebody last fall who became a new consultant, and she says she was a past host, and she got the catalog at Planet Seed. They had a great conversation, and she signed up. And so it's kind of like just that reconnecting. You've always said, Nancy Joseph, that you want to be their Pampered Chef lady, just like their Avon lady or whoever. And this is what helps solidify that. I mean, I think of our emails as supplemental, kind of like the cooking party is the heart of our business, and the virtual can supplement whatever. I think of that's the same way I look at as emails, because they're not always open. But, you know, this connecting with them, and again, doing a phone follow-up is important. So anyway, that's one thing that was working really well, was having a concerted effort to connect with people and following up after our mailing and finding a way. And even if you just do, you know, like 10 catalogs to people who said they wanted to have shows and didn't get them booked yet, you know, I mean, doing it to connect with people, because that email alone is not enough. Putting a catalog in their hand is the very best way, I think.
Yeah, and even if it's a mini catalog, I mean, the mini back, we can do minis, you know, but put the mini in an envelope. All right, put the mini in a small envelope so people have to open it up. Otherwise, it just gets put with the rest of the junk mail. Okay, so really, really important. You're going to pay the stamp anyway, so
And it won't get tore up either.
Absolutely. So at the very least, do that. Great idea.
What was the text or the letter that you put in there? Is that something you've already uploaded?
Yes, it was. I had shared it. It was on the Director Success page, the flyer that we were using. You know, what's cooking, and you can just want to edit the welcome box or edit whatever box you want to on there. But it was uploaded to Director Success. And Nancy, I think we'd send it to you too, didn't we? I thought we had shared that. But it's yeah. So it is done. Do you want me to send it to you again, Nancy Jo?
You know what? Just put it right on the Facebook page, Nancy Jo's personal team, and that way everyone will get it. Naomi, okay?
Okay, I'll upload that again, and it's you know, it has a couple recipes on there. It says, but I think it's you can always, you know, edit it, you know, for whatever. But that you want to definitely change in the welcome box the contact information. Wow. But I'm glad it helps anyone, you know.
Wow. Okay. Tina, sorry, ladies, I have to get off the call. A house just exploded in the subdivision next to mine, where many of my friends live. Hope to get the rest of the information on the recording. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
A house exploded?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Great. She lives in Bolingbrook, or anyway, Romeoville, I think, something like that. So everybody say a prayer for their family.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Naomi. I really appreciate that. What are some other things you guys are doing? We have a couple minutes left that's really working for you. You guys are doing phenomenal sales.
Well, I always, every year, I have a host appreciation in August, and this was my 20th anniversary, so I made it a really big deal, and I actually was able to get my first person that hosted my first show to attend.
Wow.
And we've kind of been, you know, out of contact for several years, and by kind of like what Naomi was saying, getting back in contact with her has opened up a huge door for me for different people. And she has a future daughter-in-law. So, you know, I'm getting into a different group of millennials. And I've gotten in contact with some of those people that I've we haven't talked to for years. And another lady that I haven't done a show for in years, I contacted her and she came to my celebration and she booked a show. And I always get a lot of bookings from that appreciation, but this year was a lot bigger. But yet, I agree, contacting some of the previous hosts from many years ago, since I've been in for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm encouraging everyone in my team to at least do some kind of open house because of the new products, to get encouragement to try to get bookings.
Right. And, to let people know that you can bring a box of products that people can look at their office that show, was it Show to Go or box?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I need to do that for a couple offices.
Yeah, that's awesome. Or bring them a pasta salad or some bruschetta pasta and, say, hey, lunch is on me. If there's anything I can do to help you, here's some products that you guys can play with, and bring them, a cucumber and a potato and a carrot or whatever you want to bring. But, I like going in and doing a little demonstration, or talking about the products. But if you can't get in there, let someone else bring the box of stuff for you. I mean, it's even if, and by the way, someone else shared that they've sold 3 of the 8-quart 8-quart rock rocks, 3 of them in the first 2 weeks it was for sale to people who tailgate.
Oh,
Wow.
To people who tailgate, okay? Because it makes a big pot of chili or a big whatever. And they said 3 in 2 weeks' time. I thought that was pretty amazing. One person, and because I looked at that thing and I said, oh my gosh, how in the world are we going to sell this? You know what I mean? It's like huge. But I tell you what, I made a big stew. I made, chuck roast with potatoes and carrots and onions, and it turned out beautiful. I mean, I had some friends stop in they were on their way home from Montana going to Pennsylvania, and they spent the night. And so I didn't exactly know when they were coming, when they were going to arrive here. But because I could just keep it in the oven and keep it on warm, and it was phenomenal, just phenomenal, So, and I thought, oh my gosh, because I'm by myself now. I mean, how am I ever going to use this? Oh my gosh. Family gatherings for sure. So, so anyway, just wanted to let you guys tailgaters. Okay.
great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? We got a few more minutes left.
I have found that texting people
Yeah.
actually works.
It
I have, strangers that you meet at a party or at a vendor fair don't want you to call. They say, just text me. And it actually works. You actually get a response,
Yes.
not just leaving messages.
Uh-huh.
So I've been just working in that, it's the old dog, new trick thing. I'd much rather talk, but people don't respond.
Yeah. It just depends on who they are and their age group, because I'm a talker too, Amy Sue. And but if you want to give me a quick message, I may not be able to answer a phone call, but my iWatch,
Yeah.
I can read a text message in a second.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really, and that's how people are responding. So,
I've been having full conversations
have you really?
because they don't want to talk. That's my kids, but it's not. It seems to be the way.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes they're just in positions where they can't openly talk, but they can sit there and secretly type a conversation.
You're right, Sharon. That makes sense. You are right. Absolutely.
One thing that I found was that I needed to make sure I put my name at the end of the text, because I can't assume that they remember that they have my name, typed in by their, their contacts.
Right.
And, nothing worse than getting something, who's this? Come back to you when you're saying
Yeah.
that.
I
I always start out with, hi, this is Nancy Joe with the Pampered Chef.
Right.
One of the things to teach your people is to have in the shop and share portion of your show. Did I tell you guys this? everybody pull out their phones
Oh, yeah.
and put in Pampered Chef, Nancy Joe, the phone number, and they say, and then once you give them time to do that, I'd say this is a game, so everybody was going to want to do it. First person who calls me gets a free Season's Best quick up paring knife, pan scraper, whatever it is you want to give it away. Because they said the sale doesn't end tonight. I am going to give you customer service after the fact. And we all know that if you don't know who's calling, you're never going to answer that phone call. So now you'll know it's me, and I know you'll take my phone call. And they're all laughing, you know. But it really, really works, you guys. It really, really works. I always tell them you're never going to remember Nancy Joe, but you'll never forget the Pampered Chef. So I put first name is Pampered Chef, second name is Nancy Joe, last name. So teach your people to do that. Tina, is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it an explosion or was it in the backyard?
The house is gone. It's 2 doors down from one of my students. So.
Oh my gosh. Was people in it?
We haven't heard any updates. It was a gas explosion.
Oh my gosh. Gosh, you get so scared of that stuff. I'm sorry. We will pray for your neighborhoods for sure. Yeah. Wow. Thank you for coming back on. Anybody else? Leanne, did I see you light up?
Did I light up?
He's always lit up. No.
You're a little scared. Are you lit up, girl?
I don't think so.
Line behind that square, are you? Because
The question.
known everybody could drink wine. Okay. Oh.
I will mention something. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier about just staying connected and don't assume that connection is there. I had an experience this last week that it hit me. It hit me hard. I had a past customer, and she had even hosted about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
All of a sudden I see a post, and we're friends on Facebook. We don't interact, that much. We'll like a page here and there or something. And I know that she gets my emails and things like that. But all of a sudden she posts that she's having her Pampered Chef grand opening show.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry.
that hit hard.
Yeah.
And I know that we were more acquaintances than we are friends. The one that I met her through was the one that I'm really more friends with. But still, knowing that we had that connection, and yet I had not nurtured it. I had depended on our newsletter and just a little bit, noticing each other on Facebook, and had kind of assumed that would have been enough if she were interested. But she went to another show. It was the right time for her. And she said, yeah, why not? And she just went ahead and joined right there.
Wow.
But it was a wake-up call for me that you've got to stay connected.
Yeah.
More than just our technology. It's relationships. And so I'm busy right now trying to reconnect with a lot of people.
Good. And, sending them a note or, just saying, at one point you might have been a little interested, or at every single show, you can even say that very thing, that maybe in the past you've been at shows and people have said to you, would you like to do this with me? Maybe now is the right time, because timing is everything. Please don't hesitate to ask me questions. Please don't hesitate to find out information, because it may be the perfect fit for you right now. So, but using that kind of language and engaging them that this might be the perfect time. And you know what, Sharon? That happens to all of us.
Oh, I know. But I'm just
I was
saying.
at a meeting today, and a new director, less than a year. I talked to some people on Friday. I talked to two sisters, I think, either sisters or cousins. One on Friday and the other one on Sunday. And they ended up going with her. And she's in for only a year. little blow to my ego, but it's okay. It's all right. The Lord apparently wanted her to have them. Okay. And, but, you know, she said, I'm really kind of embarrassed to say this. And I told them, well, because I guess they told her that they called 3 different people. They were interviewing their recruiters. That's the other thing, that people are very savvy today. You know, and I have to admit, I was in the middle of cleaning out my mom's house, so maybe I wasn't as engaging as I could have been, you know, but for whatever reason, they decided to go with her. And I says, you know what? That is great. That is great. Because in reality, she can use the business, you know. She can use the extra recruits. She got a very, very small team. But I have to say, it happens to all of us here. Just happened to me last night. Or, you know, the woman signed up on Sunday night after she talked to me. So I don't know what that says, but except that it happens to all of us, right? It happens to all of us. But we can learn from it, and we can reconnect. And do you guys know about teaching your people? And again, this is going to be opposite, but the rolling, it's the booking lead rolling list, and then you flip it over, and it's the recruit lead rolling list. Okay, and each person has their own page. Do you guys know about this? It's a great way to keep connected and know who to call, when you've got time, who's next, when you need to tickle them with a new catalog or a season's best or something. And these are on the, I want to say they're on PC Team Training, the forms, but to teach your people, and go buy them a little spiral. They're 70 cents, and it's everything right there. I mean, I know it seems too simple, but it really is that simple. And what it says, and for those of you that have just come onto my team recently, it has your name, your telephone, your first contact, where did you meet, follow-up dates. All of these are in pen, except the follow-up date you're going to want in pencil, because that will keep changing until you're able to do this with the person, whether they sign up, host a show, or they say, don't ever call me again, or I'm calling the police. Okay. So, and then you take them out of your book. All right. But it's a great way, and you can take this with you, and you can use smaller books too, so it fits in your purse, whatever. But my point is, by having it all in one spot, it really, really is great, because when you have 10 minutes to make some phone calls, or when you're feeling the need to reconnect with someone, you can scan your list of 30-some names. Okay. So that's a way to keep track of it, and to teach your people to keep track of it, because it happens to everybody. We lose touch. We lose touch. But thank you for sharing that, Sharon, so that I could share my story too. So
we both feel better.
I said, loser. But anyway, but thank you. I appreciate it. Well, listen, hey, it's 9:05. I know you guys have families to get back to. Thank you for spending this time with me. And I look forward to connecting on both Facebook, on the phone. Call me anytime you want to, you guys. The people who call in get the most attention. So you guys, I'm telling you that, to just get on the phone with me anytime you need me, okay? And I'm really looking forward to the retreats this January. I'm working hard on those. Tina, you're not going to be able to come, but
I'm so sad.
First one. I know she's going to be on a cruise, but you know what? I know.
Well, I won't be at that point. I'll be teaching 4-year-olds.
Oh, okay. You'll be with 6-year-olds, but you'll have just come back from a cruise or going. Anyway.
We're going after.
She can't make it this year. She can't take the time off. But really looking forward to it. It's going to be a little smaller than it was last year. Last year it was 50 people. This year it's going to be about 40. And I'm doing 2 groups. Really, really excited about the things we have planned and the training. So I hope everybody can make it. You know, I don't do these things a lot, and I used to do them on a really, really big scale, and I found it more the smaller and more intimate is much more effective in helping people grow. So really looking forward to it. And we'll talk to you again. I have another one of these planned in November. So watch for your emails. I do a lot with email, you guys, and with Punchbowl. So make sure Punchbowl doesn't go to your spam. And if you can, respond to the emails. That really helps me, okay? Because I literally have over 200 posts a day for Facebook. You don't count on me seeing something from Facebook, okay? I try to keep up, but it's impossible. So instant message me, text me, call me, email me, okay? Those are the ways that, and if you need something immediate, of course, call. If I don't pick up immediately, text me. If I'm in the middle of something, I can usually get off a text, like Sharon said. So anyway, but thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful month. Work hard. It will pay off. And you guys are all working hard. So I just am really proud of you guys. And it's a blessing. You guys are a blessing to me. I'm going to share one more thing. And I think you guys will appreciate this. I ended up going to my 40th high school reunion. Okay. I wasn't going to go. Two people texted me 4 days before the reunion and they said, Nancy Jo, you're not or Nancy, they didn't call me Nancy Jo, they called me Nancy. You're not on the list. What the heck? Now I have not been to any of the other reunions. Okay. I don't hang around with anyone from high school. My girlfriends that I hung around with are in California and New York. And anyway, I got saved right out of high school at about the age of 20. So I just took a whole different turn in my life. And, but I thought, you know what? I'm divorced. I got to go to my high school reunion. Not that I dated anybody in high school from my class, but I just thought, you know what? I got to step out of my comfort zone. I got to go do this, right? So I went, and it was tough. It was the first thing I walked into by myself since I've been divorced. And so I walked in, I put on my big girl panties and I walked in and, had a glass of courage. Okay. and so anyway, I had a good time. I connected with people and I teach people how to talk and how to connect with people. So it was really easy for me to make conversation with people. Right. And now you have to know, I didn't fill out any paperwork. Nobody knew if I was married, single, whatever. They didn't know how many kids I had. They had no idea what I did for a job. And I was so amazed at how many people would engage with me with my questions, but didn't ask any back.
Really?
I was shocked, you guys. I was just shocked on how many people didn't know the art of conversation, first off. Secondly, I left there at 11:30 and I got in my car and I smiled and I prayed all the way home, the half-hour ride I had. And I just said, Lord, thank you. Thank you for the rich relationships you've given me in my life. I don't need one more relationship with any of these people. I will not go to another reunion. But I satisfied my curiosity and went. But you know what? I just realized how blessed I was, how blessed I am with my family, with my friends from church, from outside of church, and my PC family. You guys are gold to me, and I mean it. I love you guys, and I realized I don't have any more time for outside relationships. I need to cultivate the ones I have. And so I just want to thank you for being part of my life and helping me be so richly blessed, having nothing to do with finances, okay, but for who you are in my life. And I'm looking forward to getting to know so many more of you on a deeper level from both Chris's group and from Darla's group. But I just want you to know you guys gave me opportunity to praise God for my life. So thank you very much.
We love you, Joe.
But I just wanted you to know I went to my reunion.
Good for you.
It was, you know what? It was, it looked so different than what I did in high school. Let's just put it that way. And I was really nervous about judgmental people. And I realized I had nothing to worry about. 40 years later, no, not worried about it. Anyway, but you know what? But we were happy to be alive. We were laughing. We were happy to be alive, because there was amazing amount of people who were not alive, and which was very, very sad. So, but anyway, I just want to thank you guys. You bless me more than you could ever know. So,
You too.
thank you. All right. Mwah. See you guys later. Okay. Talk to you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.